So now we came to the second interview with one of the most ambitious endodontists I know from Egypt, and Dr. Ibrahim is a friend of mine. And my first question to you, and of course age is just a number, but you are very young and so skilled at the same time. So how did you start your path? How did you reach the point that you are in right now?
I started at the university, actually, because I was more interested in composites and this kind of treatments. And then after in the university, actually, we didn't do any treatment about endodontics. So to enhance myself at this kind of treatment, endodontics and so on, because I did some restorative at the university, I started doing some endodontics a little bit more at the internship time. And it came after by doing cases and working for clinics that I'm doing endo and this kind. Then when I became a member, okay, now we are doing mostly endodontics, restorative, and less amount of surgery. And then after surgery become more, restorative become less, and endodontic become more.
All right. So you started as a freelancer in clinics, and then
yes.
you opened your own practice, right?
Yes, and as well, right now I'm doing some part of the job for some clinics, for some friends actually, and at my own clinic. Not doing too much freelancing.
How much time did you spend in order to excel in your treatments? I saw your cases and I know your cases, and it's very professional, good documentation, actually good results also. How long it takes to develop that skill?
Learning, because you know I have learned from you first, and then after you start developing your protocol, see the defects, trying to enhance, trying to improve, see the unnecessary step, and you discard from the treatment. And then after day, I cannot stay in a vacation, as we know, but the only thing I think about always is work, clinic, and how to enhance, how to improve. That's it.
Okay. So my next question about, and you mentioned that you are a member of a very famous group, the Stile Italiano Endodontics. It's the largest group of endodontists worldwide. So actually how, I know of course, but you have to tell the people, how did you become a member in that group?
Yeah, this is a very famous question I got a lot of times.
People want to go in the group.
Yeah, how do you pay to be a member of Stile Italiano? How are the steps to go there? But it actually was a funny story, because I was working at Sheikh Zayed, at a clinic, and I did a procedural error. It was break an instrument, and oh my God, we don't have the equipment for today. So I left the patient and I went to the other room. I was leaving my phone there. Then I opened the phone and I found a message from Fabio Gorni. He's telling me, where do you work, where do you practice, and blah, blah, blah. You have a lot of members from Egypt, so probably we will see you are in or out. So, of course, it was making me happy. And I returned it back to
the instrument.
The instrument, and then fix the situation. But it was like a dose of energy to go back, because at time I was really upset because there is no equipment at time and nothing to do. But with this message,
give you motivation.
Some kind of motivation, and situation is fixed.
That's good. So they say that. They find you.
Yeah, they find you, and you don't find them. They find you.
Yes. So that's an interesting story. And you said that no vacation, just work. So you have a busy day, all day, 24/7, endo. So how you organize a day? Actually, how to manage time, and this is very important for clinicians?
I sleep at 10, 11, 10 to 11 p.m. And I woke up for 4 p.m., 4 a.m., 4 to 5 a.m.
Salat al-Fajr.
Fajr. Then after I stay a little from 5 to 7, from 5 to 7 or from 5 to 9, some prayers, some Quran, and some job. And there is a very important thing I have learned from 2 books. I read a book about sleep and a book about time organization. The summary of the sleep book, that thing that we call a sleep cycle, and the nap, and the time you sleep and how you sleep, quality of sleep, this blah blah blah. And the other book that was for the to-do is just you have to focus on 3 things. You write all your list or the stuff that you want to do, but you will only do 3. Once you finish the 3, you move more and more and more. There is, like we say, a priority for the to-do, and after things being organized. And I see that sometimes there is a job that I don't have to do. Like in the clinic now, I don't have to do the build-ups anymore. Even being tough or being simple, primary treatments. So I prefer to refer this case for a colleague in my clinic, of course, to save time for another thing. And I started doing, like we say, delegation. I study business administration and keep being updated. So if I didn't do delegation, there will be no time. But the key factor is the way of sleep and the time of sleep. I sleep like 5 to 6, 4 or 6 hours, more or less.
So sleep, priorities, and delegation.
Yes.
Okay.
But the cost is white hair before 30s.
I agree with that. So my next question is about. I've seen some crazy things with you and your friends, but I would like to know what is the craziest thing that you did, maybe away from dentistry and in the dentist.
No, it was actually about dentistry because in 2019 my bank account was having 8,700 Egyptian pound. 2019 or 18, I don't remember actually, but we were having Marco Martignoni, Fabio Gorni in Cairo and in Giza.
Yeah,
if you remember.
I remember that course.
And how much is the cost of Fabio Gorni's course? It's 8,500. So there is 200 pounds. The taxi from my home to the course and the taxi back.
And you decided just to spend all your money you
And
had?
then I'm zero.
Just to,
yes. In this course, we took the microsurgery course, and the second day was with Marco Martignoni about the shaping, instrumentation, and so on. But I can see the results. But actually, this is the most crazy thing I did. There is no recovery. There is no money. There's nothing to have in pocket. But hopefully, the result came.
Yes, that's a very important message because as clinicians, or if you want to upgrade, you have to invest in yourself. Even if you because this investment came now or shared in the shape that you are in right now. That's very nice. Have you ever did a procedural error? Well, because we all do it. We all do it. Errors in the clinics. When you work more, you are exposed to that more. But were you able to just fix it without noticing any notice from anybody?
Yes. Actually, this was a huge
error.
I will not say it error, but I would say it might happen because I was extracting. I do surgeries. So I was extracting a wisdom molar for a patient. He was a friend, and he came to me because he trusts me, and blah blah blah. And the root was curved toward the nerve, and it broke. The root broke. So under the microscope, I have to do a lateralization for the nerve. I have to remove the tip. I have to suture back without anybody of my assistant or any kind of people in the room feel anything.
But that's a nerve.
Yes, that's a nerve.
Why?
That's a nerve. That's a problem. That's why it was huge, because it was a nerve. The root was hooked on the nerve, and thankfully it passed fine, sutures and a lot of sweet, but and it's fine.
That's an adventure, not just an error. So when we work in our clinics, sometimes patients appreciate different ways.
Yeah.
So sometimes patients just give you a gift or something nice that to appreciate your work. What's the weirdest gift that you received?
The weirdest gift I have received, it was a lady. I did for her.
Of course, a lady.
Yes, of course. A lady, I did for her an extraction, a painless extraction for the wisdom. She trusted me a lot, and she gave me like a bouquet of flowers.
Oh,
okay, and
that's not an appreciation.
A cake at my birthday and a sweet shirt. And 2 days after, she told me, "I love you."
It's not just appreciation.
Yes, it's not more than appreciation.
Yeah, a little bit far from appreciation. Yeah, and you responded?
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's live. It's recorded.
Actually, she left them at the clinic with a message.
Okay.
She didn't see me.
Okay. Heartbreaker.
Yeah. Well, thankfully, it was not my clinic. It was outside of my home.
Yeah. So, do you treat friends and family, because that is a very tricky scenario, and I call it the recommended patient syndrome. Sometimes you have your worst treatments with something somebody
Yes.
you know. So tell me about that.
I have learned about this because before I studied business, it was a problem for me. And at the business administration, they teach us something in this kind of situation. What I have learned is putting this kind of situation inside the system. Mm-hmm. Like, if the patient told me, Ibrahim, I want to come to you today to see my tooth, I already forward the number of the clinic you have to book, you have to pay. Of course, we do some discounts for relatives, family, and everybody we know, but the thing that helped me to avoid this kind of scenarios, because I don't have a lot of recommendoma, as we say, in my relatives or my friends, because I put them inside the system, mm-hmm. inside the payment, inside the schedule, and with the secretary or so.
And who was the hardest one from family or friends?
My mom. Yeah, my mom. I couldn't treat my mom. She was about to extract a tooth, and I couldn't do it. Yeah. That's the only thing I didn't do. Yeah.
Why?
She is afraid, and
you are afraid.
And I'm afraid, and she have some gag reflex, so I couldn't wait actually, and I referred her to a female dentist at the clinic, and she took the tooth out like this.
You couldn't break the barrier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's my mom.
That can happen. Now you achieved a lot. I can assure people that you reached the point that many of our colleagues want to be in. So with all these achievements, how you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, the first thing I have to remember myself that I didn't achieve anything. This is the most important, because if you feel like you did anything, you may get rest.
Yes.
And for resting, I can't do many times. But in 10 years, I hope I deliver a better quality. I have a better knowledge. I have a stable family, because in 10 years, if I'm too busy right now, so in 10 years, I think my family will not have time. But in 10 years, I hope we are a stable family. My children is a better place. My wife, my mom, my brother, because my brother now is is a third year dental student, and that's what I hope. More and more years, I hope I keep in my religion same and everything to be stable for me. I don't need anything else other than stability. For money, I don't need that. Everything is being stable. That's just what I need.
Stability.
Actually, yes.
Stability. So my last question about if you were not a dentist, an endodontist.
Actually, I was not a dentist.
You wasn't?
I wasn't a dentist, yeah. I was an interior designer engineer.
Really?
Yes.
And would you think
for like 3 months.
And you worked as an interior designer? You know how to design?
I know a little.
Because you didn't complete it.
I didn't complete, but I know some main stuff. But of course, I didn't know too much. And I buy both the stuff for the drawing and the stuff for engineering and this kind of stuff. But I didn't continue, and I went back for dentistry. I designed my own clinic, designed my own room, and designed the second clinic. I do this kind of stuff till now.
So that's
because this is what I have learned.
So
I was able to do.
Maybe if you decided to shift your career, you will go back to that.
It's hard because I'm so bad at mathematics. So it was the worst grade I have ever get.
So
at math, it's impossible for me.
It's nice, and this explains how you shoot nice videos and do nice slides in your presentation.
Of course, but the main part I have learned from you.
So thank you for your time and your insights about your life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.